Personalized marketing is also one of the best ways to engage customers between channels and send more relevant marketing messages. Marketers are using personalization to jumpstart their email campaigns. Through personalization, marketers can create and send individualized emails to a specific group with certain needs. Getting a better understanding of audience is key to increasing the relevancy of email content. Customers expect offers more aligned with what they consume. Let us understand how technology is enabling marketers to personalize their campaigns and messaging, and also how it is marketers' responsibility to use technology responsibly when it comes to personalization. And with this, allow me to introduce our speaker. He is SVP and Chief Marketing and Strategy Officer at Zensar Technologies, a passionate, creative, and energetic C-suite leader. 23 plus years of technology, marketing, and partnerships experience. Expertise in brand marketing and advertising, product marketing, performance, and strategic marketing. He's also advisor to CEOs and board of directors. He has won Enterprise IT World CMO of the year 2020. So with all these credits, I'm sure the audience is very excited, and so am I, to know so much more on this topic. So without further ado, please welcome Mr. Abhishek Vanamali, please. Welcome, Abhishek. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pooja. Nice to be here. First of all, I would like to thank the wonderful team at NASSCOM for giving me the opportunity to speak on a topic that is very close to my heart. What I will speak about today would be a current snapshot of my thoughts on the intersection of marketing, customers, and technology, especially in the B2B space. And I say current snapshot because, as with everything else to do with technology, these are shifting sands. New technological innovations are being unearthed every day around us. Miracles that create vaccines in record time or help generate electricity from the power of tides, or my favorite one, cars that can drive themselves. As it has been with almost every domain that technology touches, same is the case with marketing. Now, I have been a marketer for over 2 decades. And in that time, I've gained first-hand experience in every aspect of technology marketing and marketing technology. Now, be something as simple as writing a headline, or something as complex as creating a full-blown value proposition explaining in great detail why we offer the right solutions to our customers' problems. These are the basics of marketing that never go away. I remember very clearly the first time I laid my eyes on automated email marketing, which, by the way, seems ancient technology these days. But that time, my mind was blown. Wow, I thought I can now send emails to 1,000 people at once. That was the marketing holy grail at that time, of course. Then someone invented spam filters and put a kibosh on all that. Since then, in my professional career, I have seen hundreds of tools promising better outcomes for our efforts as marketeers. And we, being marketeers, we probably thought of AI-driven marketing before even AI was invented. But seriously, technology has made our lives as marketing professionals very interesting. But in its purest essence, if one could remove all that jargon, technology was helping us automate laborious processes, like sending emails or scheduling follow-ups. I remember very clearly at some point around 10 years ago, while reviewing yet another failed marketing campaign, I wondered to myself, when would they build a technology that would help me actually understand what my customer wants real time? I must have wondered out quite aloud because somebody heard me. In fact, many people did. I was based in Silicon Valley that time, and I witnessed the birth of true intent-driven marketing technology. Intent-driven, now what does that mean? Quite simple, really. These are tools that use tracking mechanisms, which I will elaborate on later, to provide subscribers with the internet browsing habits of potential and current customers. Thus, hyper personalization was born. let's go behind these complex tools. So behind this was a multi-dimensional, multi-billion dollar digital marketing industry. This industry was based on 6 things. 1, the incredible amount of customer data available on the internet. 2, the ability to correlate that data with internal data stores in enterprises. 3, integration with CRM software and hence the customer buyer journey. 4, real-time customer data being collected by various devices, phones, personal AI assistants, home automation assistants, browsing histories. 5, sophisticated data analytics and artificial intelligence that crunched massive amounts of data to provide customer intent. And 6, massive scale advertising networks that control the placement and flow of media around the internet, mobile apps, television, and even offline media. This gargantuan setup is largely invisible to most customers who unwittingly contribute through endpoints whenever they search for something on their favorite search engine or watch a video on their favorite streaming site, ask a question to their favorite personal AI assistant, or post something on their favorite social media platform. There's even a technology today that tracks your phone's movements and figures out if you've been to a mall or entered a particular store. Everyone's digital footprint is the raw material that these marketing tools crunch to provide customer insight and intent data. Big Brother is watching. These concerns aside, these tools promise to answer 2 important questions. Question number 1, who is looking for the service or product I'm selling? Question number 2, what does my customer really want? Previously, and even today, these questions are answered through independent research, surveys, and extrapolated reports. What makes intent-driven targeting tools so amazing and scary is that they can help me as a marketeer pinpoint the exact person in an organization who is looking to buy what I'm selling. No more cohorts or profiles, actual individuals. Let me take an example. Let's say I'm an IT buyer looking to procure cloud management software. So I spend some personal time one weekend and search for cloud management products on the internet. I browse some market guides, some articles, and in the process accept scores of cookie disclaimers without really reading the fine print. Really, who does that? Then on Tuesday, next week, I receive an email from Acme Inc., purveyor of cloud management software. Now let's pause here and look at what's really happening. I, as a customer, have expressed indirect intent of my interest in cloud management software. I may not be ready to buy yet, and in the traditional customer lifecycle, I'm still in the research or awareness phase. So is that email that I received just one day after I've begun my search an infraction into my privacy, or a genuinely relevant piece of information that will help me in my search for a product that will ostensibly help my business? This is what I call the thin line between hyper-personalization and intrusion. And as marketing professionals, it's our job to be acutely aware of this line when deploying technology to better target our customers' needs. The first thing we need to understand is that the need for privacy should be measured on a spectrum. What is perceived as invasion of privacy is different between individuals and even demographics. So for example, Western cultures are more privacy-oriented than Asian ones, or older people are more private than younger ones who tend to share every moment of their lives on Instagram. But at the same time, even for an individual, privacy is very situational. For example, I may be very private when it comes to my medical choices, but open for all suggestions and public opinion when it comes to buying a car. This problem, hence, is much more complicated for B2C scenarios, which tend to be, in general, of greater variety. And that discussion is beyond the remit of this session. Let's focus on B2B. For B2B, I will perhaps controversially propose that personalization, hyper-personalization, is beneficial. Most business executives are busy people, and if they need something to help their business, they would want to quickly arrive at the right solution, not go around the block 10 times. And marketers should use that need to their advantage to strike fast and get better outcomes. Does it mean that it's the Wild West where B2B marketing is concerned? Far from it. Hyper-personalization does not mean invasion of privacy. It means providing the right input at the right time in a customer's buying journey. Gaining the insight is one thing, but then there are two more aspects to this. Aspect number one, what as a marketer do I do with that intent data? And aspect two, how do I reach out to the audience? Let's look at the second one first. Today, Europe and some other parts in the world have strict opt-in and explicit consent rules for collecting customer data and reaching out through emails, phones, etc. When GDPR was implemented a few years ago, it rang the death knell for marketing teams intending to target European customers. Or so it seemed. Today, marketers have found other ways to reach out, either by changing the kind of content, that is sales-oriented to educational, or reaching out to customers via social media. Even then, the idea of explicit consent is a good one that protects consumers from unwarranted spam and privacy intrusions. I'm sure soon this will be a worldwide phenomenon. Now let's talk about the first aspect, that is what we do with the intent data that we have. This is the most critical part of the problem that will define the success or failure of your hyper-personalization endeavor. The trick lies in defining your true intention as a marketer, whether it is one of compassionate understanding of your customers' needs, or is it one of maximizing your sales? Now ask yourself this question. Do you have your customers' best interests at heart? Or do you want to close the sale at all costs? If it is the latter, then chances are very high that quickly your customer will perceive you to be pushy and intrusive, and most probably will either ignore you completely or block your domain. But if it's the former, that is, I have my customer's best interests at heart, then you will provide relevant content and interactions that will help her make the right decision. For example, if your intent-based tool identifies Miss X as someone who intends to purchase cloud management software, then instead of writing to Miss X with an email asking for a meeting and offering a 25% discount, share a helpful market guide. Then use cookies and targeted advertising to nudge more educational content towards her. Make it relevant for her. Let her go define her own buying process and go through it. Now, if you helped her enough, she will eventually come to you herself with an explicit intention to buy from you. There has been a lot said about data mining and the privacy intrusions by marketing platforms and technology. But whether it is harmful or helpful depends on how we use it. Now, if we use these technologies with the sole intention of catching the fish, then we are not being respectful. And our customers will respond commensurately. But if we use technology to gain insight on our customers' needs and then exercise compassionate understanding of their needs and help them in their buying journey, the results will be customer relationships that will last a lifetime and more. I hope this little talk was helpful to provide perspective to you regarding the ethical use of hyper-personalization technology in marketing. Remember, these tools are very powerful, but with great power comes great responsibility. Thank you, take care, and please stay safe. Over to you, Pooja.
Thank you so much, Abhishek. I think the first thing that I want to really compliment is the way the entire session was like a storytelling session. The way you were narrating was actually it was like we're all sitting together and you're talking. So thank you so much for that. And the second thing that you very rightly mentioned, it's like an open-ended choice that you've given to the audience, that do I want to build relationship and become compassionate, to have a long-time customer trust, hence also have a lot of comfort and trust in my own self? Or do I want to only focus on the sales part and just see that
That's right.
that's okay if the numbers are coming? So
That's
that
right.
is something that was very, very pertinent. So thank you very, very much and
Welcome.
for doing this and taking our time. Please take care, Abhishek. Thanks so much.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.